Howdy YouTube, I got a quick one for you here today. This is it's a Craftsman LT2000, but there's several different models with the same kind of configuration. I've seen because I've searched the forums, and here's the problem I was having. I'd run my mower, I'd get about half a tank of gas, and then the mower would just start acting up, act like it's starving for fuel, and just shut down. And boy, I've tried everything. Every suggestion. Make sure this hole ain't plugged. Make sure there's nothing blocking the tank down in there. So I checked this. Make sure there's no junk in the tank. I put a new fuel filter on here. Somebody said that this thing will mess up. So you snip it off. You take it out. You snip off the end and just leave it unplugged. So you just bypass that. Somebody said that I forget what all else, but none of that crap worked. None of it. And then I got to thinking one day when I was riding it, and it shut off, and I opened up the hood to look, and there wasn't a drop of gas in this fuel line. Now, the whole problem with my mower didn't start till I replaced my fuel line. It got old and dry rotted, and I replaced the fuel line, and it was longer than the original, so I didn't have it in here, and this was actually hanging down here. So I'd say it probably ran like down here back up to the tank. It was drooping a bit, and I felt the line, and it was like really hot. Now, believe it or not, this is how simple it is. This is why this strap is up here, because the fan from the motor, the hot air exits right down here. Well, that's where my fuel line was in. It was in that stream of hot air. So this damn fuel line was getting so hot that it was evaporating the gas before it got to the filter, and it was causing vapor lock, is all it was. So I took and shortened the line back up. I ran it back through this instead of having it drooping down here, and that solved my problem. I shit you not. I mowed this whole yard, and this was the yard I always had the problem with, because this uses a whole tank of gas. I just mowed this whole yard, did not have that problem. So that is the fix for these Craftsman mowers. You have to have this fuel line up here, tucked in here through this, because the stream of hot air from the motor comes out right here. So if your fuel line is drooped down in this area, you're just soaking it with hot air from the engine, and it's causing vapor lock in the line, and that's why you get about halfway through the tank of gas and it just dies. Because the only thing I can figure is when the tank is full, that's enough weight from gravity to force the fuel through the line, but once it gets down to about halfway, that must be like the balance point or the equilibrium of pressure pushing down versus vapor lock in the line. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to share that with y'all, because all the forums I've read, nobody has mentioned this, that your fuel line has to be up where it was. I didn't think nothing of it. I replaced the fuel line. It was a bit longer, so I was like, oh crap, I'll just let it droop down. It's not going to hurt nothing. Well, guess what? It does hurt stuff. So there you go. That's how you fix it. I hope that helps.